Okay. All right, so we're going to go over event 1 right now, which is the snatch ladder. Okay, we'll start with Elite. They will be in the National Hockey Center, which will be this floor. We're going to have 24 platforms basically set up on that floor. 12 on each side. I believe it's 4 by 3 deep. So 4 wide, 3 deep. They will each have their own weights. They will have an empty barbell setting there. No weight needs to be changed out or anything. They're just going to start with an empty bar each time. Call it go. It's the athlete's job to start loading their bar. If you look at the column that says load, okay, there's a star, there's a set of stars. Those are their 2 options for starting weight. Okay? They either start at 205 or they start at 265. Okay? They make that call. They tell you, I'm going to start at 265. Okay? You'll flip the little number card over that lists the 265 to show the crowd. There's a little placard flipper. They set up the weight, 265. If you notice the column to the left of that, it says there should be 110 pounds on each side. Okay? You can count one side of the bar, make sure it's 110 pounds. Hopefully the other side is equal. If not, well, it's impressive that they snatched with an uneven bar. All you're looking for, they stand it all the way up in a single movement. Okay? The bar cannot touch their head, cannot touch their shoulders, their knee cannot touch the ground. There's a singular movement from ground to overhead. You're looking for full extension at the top, everything's nice. This is not nice. Okay? Standing all the way up, you give them the thumbs up, they can drop the bar. You circle yes. Very simple. Yes?
Any rules on pressing out?
Yes, they can press out as long as it does not touch their head or shoulders. Yeah, so if he catches it here and he has a press, it's fine as long as that bar does not touch any part of their body.
So they can even press out as
well? Yeah, he catches it here and does it. As long as it doesn't touch them, that's an impressive press, by the way. It's quite a... Yeah, no, I was just... Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, as long as that you're looking for that bar to make contact with them. If it does not, it's good. They can split snatch. Again, the feet need to return back underneath. Everything's in a nice straight line, up and down.
You said no knee to the ground.
No knee to the ground. If the knee touches the ground, instantly no rep. I'm telling them to drop it.
Can you demonstrate feet underneath?
Amber's going to come do that. Amber is my demo girl. So just stand facing that way. Okay, so pretend like you did a half a split without falling off the box. Half a split snatch. Okay, so her feet are split. Tell her bring everything back underneath. Feet are underneath the hips. They're not wide where her feet would basically fall off the box in this sense. Everything's in a nice straight line. Bueno, good job. They can drop the bar. They can move on to their next weight. Feet underneath the hip. If the feet are outside, tell them to bring them in. Everything's in a nice straight line. If the feet are outside the hips, okay, that's out here, tell them to step it in. Okay. The weights that they can go up to are listed. They cannot, if they started at 265, they cannot go to 270. They go to 275. Okay. It's very specified. They will have 115 pounds on each side. Okay. If they're smart, they'll just throw the 5s on. Perfect. If they start at 205, the next load they can do if they hit the 205 is 225. If they do not hit their opening weight, they have to keep going at that weight before they can move up. They can't fail at 205 and then go to 225 still. They need to complete each one before they move on to the next one. Okay? Any questions on that? Yes?
So I see that there's a timestamp here. Are we going to be recording time at the same time?
Perfect. Yeah, so you're each going to have a stopwatch. You'll press start when the workout starts. Okay? They start loading the bar, tell you what weight they're at. When they hit that weight and you give them the thumbs up, look at your stopwatch. Write that time down. That's a tiebreaker. Okay? If they hit, so say somebody hits 245 at 645, someone else hits 245 at 655, guy that hit it at 245 has a better score. Yep, but yes, every rep they hit, get a time on it. Okay? Don't stop your stopwatch though. All right. Yeah, just, yes.
So they don't have to take so much time at each bar?
However much time they want. They have a total, it says 8 minutes. I thought it was 7. But whatever the time cap is it 8? Okay. Things change. I'm not too worried about what the time cap is. When you hear stop, make your athlete stop. Anything past that doesn't count. And yeah, they move through it following wherever they started. Yes?
You said continuous running stopwatch from the beginning
From the start of go, and you're continually writing those new times down when they complete a new rep.
And what happens if the stopwatch stops?
So yeah, that's a great question. If you have a stopwatch issue, I don't know what time's going on, fist in the air. This means I need help. One of those two or myself will be on the floor. I run about 2 to 3 stopwatches on myself as well as my watch. I can come over, give you assistance. There will be a unofficial time clock going, okay, on each floor. Okay, make yourself aware of where it's at. If you have to, and you need something, somebody didn't get to you in time to tell you, so that you can get a time, look at that clock so you have a rough estimate, but still get that stopwatch issue fixed. Like, hey, I need a new stopwatch. One of us will bring you a secondary stopwatch. Yes?
Where are you going on the time stopwatch? Are you going to the 10th of the second, or are you going just to the second?
Just to the second. Just to the second. If you can read tenths on your stopwatch without stopping it, it's impressive. But we're not going for skill on the judges' side today or next weekend. Good question.
Is that going to be through all of the entire events?
Yes, unless otherwise stated, we are only going to the second. We are not going to the 10th. Is that correct, Nick? Yep, everything is only to the second. Yep, that's a great question, though. That is a great question.
So you're not rounding, if it's 12.8, you're not rounding into 13.
Yep, they got 12. Awesome. Yep, don't think you're doing extra credit by writing a 10th. Just to the second. No rounding up, no math problems for the judges or anything. Any questions on that part of the snatch? Yes? Yep. Yeah, and if they ask you, what am I supposed to go to next? You can tell them. You need to go to 225 now, okay? And flip it over. Because they are changing weights, you'll have time to flip it over. There shouldn't be a conflict. It's an easier movement to judge. You don't need to be right there to watch depth and everything else. So you are working both roles the whole time. Yep. If you have to pick one or the other, pick judging over the placard.
So if you start off at 265,
Yes.
you have to go to 275 and can't jump.
Correct. Yep. You have to, wherever you start, you have to continue there. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. If they start at 265, they have to do 275, then 285, then 295. Yes, they are obligated to have to do those.
And they are limited to the weight load that's listed on the sheet?
Yes. Yeah. They can't. Well, you know, I don't know if I got 295 in me. I'm going to go for 290. They can continue. So you got 305 is the last listed on there. They would then go 315 because it goes up by tens at that point. Yep. Yes. Yeah, if they hit 305 and they have time and they want to go for 315, which would be the next one, which I think scoring, you have space, you can put that in there. Yeah.
That's what I wanted to know. The ladder load was listed on the website, so I went by that.
You know what? They are limited to it. Now that I think about it, they are limited. They cannot go beyond their list. They're 305 to the fastest. Yep. Yes, that's a good question, and that just brought me back to a conversation I've had earlier this week.
As judges, will we have clipboards?
Yes, you will have clipboards. They might be little clipboards. I was hoping for large clipboards. I think we're at little clipboards.
Clipping the stopwatch to this, so picking it up and I'm losing.
Yeah, if you can make that work, that's awesome. After this is all over, I can show you guys what some of the stopwatches look like. I don't think the clipboards are here anymore to show you guys, but I believe there are little clipboards, but that is not a problem if you want to attempt that as well. We've got no issues with that. Any other questions on that? This is the way it'll work for elite, ASRX individuals, and masters. Okay, one athlete going, they're following the list, everything. Is everything good there? Let's go on to community team of 4, so the second page there. How are we doing on time, Ryan?